Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aries for the week of April 25th. Now Aries, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now I will not send you a message on any platform, so if you get a message from someone that is not me, that's someone impersonating me, please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. See what we have here for you, Aries. Now I am using the Mermaid Tarot once again this week, so if you'd like to purchase that, there's a link to that in the description below. And less than 50% of the people who watch my content are actually subscribed, and so if you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see what we have here for you, Aries. All right, so I think that's looking good to me. All right. We'll also go ahead and put this up here. We're going to be doing a pyramid spread, and let me go ahead and take 3 Kipper cards to clarify as we go along. All right, Aries. So what we have going on here for you is the formation of some type of long-term situation in your life right now that may be happening. There are choices here that are going to need to be made in the future for you, and I think this looks very good. There's something around you and your need to, it's almost like for some of you, you may be fearing making the wrong choice, or there's something here around the choice that you have to make that is maybe causing you to ruminate around, choosing the right decision, choosing the right path. We'll talk about that some more. It's because you actually care about the outcome that is in front of you, which is good. I think you actually care about making this choice that you have because it's a long-term situation. The past for you has been, there's been some type of, I feel like, spiritual breakthrough or revelation around this situation for you. Whatever the situation is, it'll be different for everybody, but let's go ahead and dive into this a little bit some more. So right away in the middle, you do have this 7 of Pentacles here. So the 7 of Pentacles is a long-term situation. You can actually see that the people here on the card are kind of family planning. They're doing some type of family planning here. And this is not often, the first thing that comes to mind when you look at the 7 of Pentacles is actually more about long-term financial situations. And so it can talk about like making an important decision, such as buying a home, switching jobs, switching careers, particularly if you've been in a career for a long time, like shifting your position to a new career or a new place. That's a big long-term decision. Cashing in on an investment, situations like that you've been in for a long time, situations like that kind of come up with the 7 of Pentacles. But in relationships, as you can see here on the card, this is about some type of long-term union between you and another person. And so really it's like there's been this situation here as we look towards the past around there's been like new information, I feel like, that's come to light for you around either your maybe relationship to somebody where you're now recognizing that this could be a long-term situation, or for some of you there's this recognition of what you actually want to be doing going forward with your money situation or your career situation. And I say this because you have this High Priestess here. You can see they're kind of like doing magic here. You can see they're like doing some type of ritual. And the Magician can represent anything that's like esoteric, tarot card readings, astrology readings, magic, things like that, pendulums. That High Priestess is associated with spiritual, like kind of wisdom and knowledge and higher knowledge and things like that, but it can also represent secrets coming to light as you see the moon in the background, something coming to light in your life. And you have this here with the 5 of Wands, which you can see these people are ready for battle. Okay, they're ready for battle, they're gearing up, they're ready to charge in and do something. And so in the past here, some of you have, you've really come to this understanding, and it's almost like it was a, even though we don't have the Tower, I would not be surprised to see the Tower. But even though we don't have the Tower, I would not be surprised if there's been like a shocking revelation here in the past for some of you, because now, and it's like ultimately a good thing, because now you're like deciding on like what direction to go in terms of your long-term situation. So I definitely like to see that. By the way, the High Priestess is a major message to trust your gut and trust your intuition and follow the voice of your soul, and it will absolutely lead you in the right direction. Now, in the future, you do have the Devil and the Two of Wands. So we've been talking about this choice, right? And for many of you, well, I feel like if this message is going to resonate, it's about your long-term situation, okay? That's what this choice is about. And you can see the Two of Wands here. This person is trying to decide. They are kind of looking up to the universe here, or up to the volcano, and maybe they're looking for spiritual guidance, which maybe some of you have spent time looking for spiritual guidance here with this High Priestess. But with the Devil and the Two of Wands, it kind of says now's the time to decide, or it will be coming in the future where it's like, you have to decide here on which path to go down, which wand to choose from. And it's like the Devil's energy here for me, this is more about an issue around patience. I was saying in the beginning, like there's something here around rumination. There's something here around it's almost like you feel like it's time to decide. It's almost like there's this feeling of like pressure that you're having around making the choice, around picking the wand, around picking the path. And the thing is, the Seven of Pentacles is also synonymous with patience in planning. And you have the Devil, which can talk about to be, it can give you a warning about needing to have patience and not, go too quickly around something. And so it's like you have this long-term situation, and it's almost like patience might be in order for some of the Aries here at this time. And at the same time, I feel like when you'll know when the situation is right for you, and when you get that feeling, you'll know exactly when to act on that feeling. That's kind of what I've been trying to communicate this entire time, which I feel like some of you may resonate with. Let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. So you have the Chariot. Yep, what did I just say? You have the Tower. You have the Four of Pentacles. And you have the World. I'm telling you, this is a big situation. Okay, we have a lot of major arcanas coming in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it's like actually the majority of the cards here are now major arcanas. And, I said here I would not be surprised to see the Tower. Actually, when I was talking about the past, and it is in the sort of past position here, with the Tower, the High Priestess, the Five of Wands, and the Chariot, the Tower can bring a shock into your life, but it can bring a shocking revelation, especially the fact that I talked about that, and now the Tower came in, to me, is a big deal. And just to be clear, this is not a doom and gloom. Like, this is not your world falling around you, literally. In this case, this is about some sort of potential like spiritual awakening, especially if we get the Judgment card, which you have the card before, actually the card after that, which is the World. But there's been a clear situation where information has come to light for you. You have found some type of information that has maybe even changed the way you think about the future, or changed the way you think about a situation. It's changed your perspective in some ways. The Chariot says that you at the end of the day, you will have the self-discipline as you deal with this new information that's coming in, and you'll make the right choice. Four of Pentacles, the World, stability here is extremely important for you, okay? And what I like is there is this level of certainty that comes along with the World. You have this Four of Pentacles, which is somebody who's like really interested in financial stability. The World is that outcome being certain for you, particularly because you have the Seven of Pentacles in the middle, which is about, like I said, your long-term financial situation. And so I think basically, like any choice you're making here, you're keeping your money energy very aligned at this time, and whatever's going on with your money energy is very important for you. Now that you have this newfound information here that came to light with that shocking revelation here in the past. So yeah, but what I love is you also have the world in the, as I've talked about a little bit, the world not only represents certainty, but also says that you're completing the task. And so you are successfully making the choice that you have to make that we've been talking about this entire time. So let's go ahead and see what these three Kipper cards are. Okay, yes, for some of you here, it'll depend on what situation you find yourself in. This is a very clear, guidance. Look, bags packed, cars ready to go, moving out of the apartment in the background, right? And you may be moving into a house, or you may be moving somewhere new. This is a literal card of change. The house can talk about real estate. That might be what's involved for some of you with the Seven of Pentacles in the middle. But for others of you, this official person, this is my human resources card, HR. And so for some of you, this may involve a new job. For some of you, this may involve this may involve a new job or a change in your career situation, and that could spring the change about for you, where it's like maybe you do suddenly realize that you have this opening or this opportunity in another place, and that's where the change is coming. And so it's like a ripple effect. You get the job, you change the location, you change the house, you change the apartment type of deal. And that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. But this is, make no mistake about it, this is an important choice for you. And it's almost like maybe the shocking revelation here in the past was that you recognize that there was something available that was not previously available. And so just keep that in mind when you look at readings, where it doesn't have to be like, you know, doom and gloom. And I don't feel like it is for you. So let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. Okay, so you have the Six of Cups. You have the Five of Cups. And you have the Five of Swords. Okay, so there's this feeling of, you know what it is? So the Six of Cups refers to nostalgic energy. It refers to situations about the past or involving the past. And, you know, what's going on here is there's this energy, there's this bittersweet energy. That's the way that I would describe it. It's bittersweet for you because you know that with the Chariot, that indicates maybe getting in your vehicle and moving. The world also represents a move potentially, and the fact that we have change in house, literally house change. Some of you are like, it's bittersweet because you have this new situation, and you also recognize that in going down this new path, you're also leaving the past behind for you. And you may be feeling a little bit sad or disappointed that you have to leave what has been so familiar and so comfortable to you in order to take this new opportunity. Because the Five of Swords shows loss in the future or some type of defeat. But it's more about you recognizing that in taking this new situation and going down this new path, you are losing what was comfortable and familiar. And so again, that's kind of what I'm feeling for some of you here. Let's go ahead and move up the pyramid. So you have the Page of Swords and you have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so you definitely got news here in the past, and I actually think some of you some of you have given some type of disappointing news to somebody, like saying like, hey, I've taken this new opportunity, I've taken this new offer, and I feel like some people are a little bit sad that you're leaving or you're going. I know this is specific, but it's what's coming in. Some of you are a little bit sad that you're leaving or going, or that you're leaving what you used to do in the past. But you know that in delivering this news, you also have this new beginning here on the horizon. The Ace of Swords represents a new beginning. It represents breakthroughs and the feeling of the clouds clearing in the background. Wherever you're going, you'll feel extremely refreshed. You'll feel refreshed, you'll feel energized, you'll feel excited about where you're going here in the future. And yeah, you have good communication energy here, I do have to say. Yeah, at the top of the pyramid, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the arrival of some type of financial or material event. It's you signing the contract, signing the offer, signing the mortgage, getting the paperwork done, getting into the new university, doing those sorts of things, learning what you need to learn. And so it's very clearly coming in here in view here for you. You also have this Six of Pentacles, which is this idea of this free flow of energy, particularly in the material life. And so you have things coming in, you're also giving, coming in, coming out, right? And so as you give, you receive. But the Six of Pentacles can be a receiving energy, particularly if you've given a lot of energy and effort to a person or a situation. Can say that now is your time to receive, and you are clearly here getting a new beginning, you're completing something, you're going down a new path, especially as the Knight of Pentacles is at the top. So this is incredible. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.